Hey everybody, it's 2019. It's January 2nd, 2019, and myself, like so many people, or I, like so many people, have assessed where I've been and where I'm going in 2019. And quite frankly, in 2018, I did a really good job, in my humble opinion, of losing 5 or 6 pounds, getting down to about 140, and did so through the consumption of a low carbohydrate, high healthy fat diet, and coupled that with some intermittent fasting. Basically, ate lunch and dinner, didn't eat breakfast, and was very successful at getting down to sometimes 139, 138, up to 141, and was doing really, really well until Thanksgiving. And the holidays hit and started making poor choices, and there were situations beyond my control, travel and inability to, I don't want to say inability, inconvenience to do exercise. And basically, I gained a bunch of weight over the holidays, specifically about 9 pounds. That stunk because Karen and I had a contest in place whereby I wanted to get down to 135 and she had a goal weight, and we were in a race to see who could get there the fastest. And I thought I only had about 5 or 6 pounds to get that, and I didn't think there was any chance that I was going to lose that bet. And lo and behold, January 1st, I get on the scale, and due to the consumption of enormous amounts of carbohydrates and lack of exercise, primarily the consumption of junk food and carbohydrates, I'd ballooned up to 149. So I'm not only 9 pounds heavier than I was before the holidays, but I'm still an additional 5 pounds away from my optimal goal of about 135 and an 8% body fat. So the question becomes, how do I intend to lose that weight and achieve that body fat percentage? And the answer is a low carbohydrate, high healthy fat diet combined with intermittent fasting, or what I prefer to call intermittent eating. If you tell somebody to fast, then they just think of starvation and deprivation and wasting away to nothing, and they are reluctant to maybe look into the benefits of fasting. If you call it intermittent eating, which means the exact same thing, it sounds better and people are more likely to engage in it. So basically, I intend to eat a light lunch somewhere between noon and 2 o'clock. That will be a high fat, low carbohydrate lunch, and then I'll have a more significant dinner, hopefully between 6 and 7 o'clock, so that I eat within a 12 to 7 window, or maybe even a 1 or 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock window. That combined with getting out and hiking and doing some light to moderate exercise, I think will be, and then water consumption. You can't underestimate the importance of water consumption. Is huge. Now, somebody might ask, well, what is a low carbohydrate diet? And I contend that the only thing that you really need to count in your restoration of health is certainly not calories, but grams of carbohydrate. Most everything that we consume, we can figure out how many grams of carbohydrate per serving size we're consuming, and I contend that somewhere between 20 to 30 to 40 maximum is the sweet spot. The closer you can get to 20, the closer you might get to what they call ketosis, and that serves as sort of a maximum fat burning mode. The more days that you can stay at 20 grams, maybe 25, maybe up to 30, and then your more splurgy days, maybe up to 40, 50 at the absolute maximum grams of carbohydrate per day. Just to put it in perspective, most people consume about 100 grams of carbohydrate just in breakfast. And then comes the 10 o'clock snack, and then lunch, and then the afternoon snack, and then dinner, and then the bedtime snack. Most Americans, and this is not documented, but are probably consuming 150 to 200 grams of carbohydrate every day. That throws off your hormones, that causes massive amounts of fat storage, and that's the reason that the majority of the American population is overweight or obese, and diabetes is on the rise, heart disease. The leading causes of health problems in our country are probably what we eat, and it's the massive consumption of sugar and refined foods or carbohydrates. Don't really count grams of fat, don't really count grams of protein, although serving sizes of protein is important. And a serving size of protein is basically the size of your palm, not the size of your hand with your fingers stretched out, not the size of two hands, just the size of your palm. And you can't eat too much protein. If you eat too much protein, it turns to sugar, but protein's not really the enemy here. The sugar is the enemy. And in an effort to keep it simple, staying between 20 and 40 grams of carbohydrate, which is huge for a lot of people because, again, if you eat a sandwich, that's 2 slices of bread and may have, let's just say they have 10 grams of carbohydrate apiece, so you just consume 20 grams of carbohydrate eating a sandwich. Yeah, we're Americans, we eat sandwiches, but you gotta grow up, put your big boy, big girl pants on, and count your carbohydrates and stay certainly under 40, preferably around 20 to 25. So anyway, that's my strategy for going from 149 back down to 140 and ultimately to 135. I intend to be able to do that certainly by what we would call spring break. Karen and I aren't going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter, but certainly by March. But I expect to be down to 140 again by Valentine's Day, and then that last 5 or 6 pounds getting to 135 and an 8% body fat by the middle of March or so. Hey, if I can be of any service to you, either to help you in a weight loss journey or a health restoration journey, just reach out via Facebook. I'd love to be your chiropractor. I believe the best way to use chiropractic is to get checked and adjusted on a weekly basis, and my practice members enjoy paying a low monthly fee and coming in on a weekly basis. If I feel like they need more than once a week, that's at no additional charge. So if I can be of any help to you, just reach out via Facebook, and I just hope that you can make 2019 the healthiest and most productive year that you've had in a long time. Thanks.